So it was so cute. I got a DM recently, and we have a new listener.
Oh.
I'm sure we've got many,
Mm-hmm.
but she was so cute. She was like, oh, I stumbled on your program. I loved your voice. I loved Cameron. You guys were so much fun. So I ended up listening to 20 episodes.
Oh my gosh!
It was like a binge listening session.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
That's 20 episodes. That's like over 6 hours. Because our shows are like 20 minutes long.
Right. That
And
was good math.
Times by 20,
Yeah.
know, 3 episodes an hour.
Right?
Yeah, it's almost 7 hours
Wow.
of listening content.
Wow, it's amazing.
Were her ears not bleeding?
I know. Well, I don't know if she did it all at once, but I think probably she, just to show you that it was, she just couldn't stop listening.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Well, thank you so much for
Yes.
listening and being a great new fan.
Yeah, and for anyone who has, stumbled on us today,
Yeah.
welcome to the show.
Welcome, welcome.
Okay, so we are going to talk about interior design.
Ah.
Okay, so we have an interior designer, and then we've got a client.
Yes.
Okay, so the subtitle is, This Place is Due for a Refresh. Now, this is kind of, this word refresh.
Yes.
I feel like this is more of a modern term, because like you with your computer or with your phone.
you refresh a page.
Yeah. So when a place is due
Yes.
for something, what does this mean?
If a place is due for something, it means that the place needs something.
Needs something,
It's
yes.
time for something to happen. In this case, they're kind of saying it's about time we redecorated.
That's right.
Yeah.
So instead of saying it's due, you need to renovate, you need to remodel, redecorate, it's an interesting way of phrasing that. It's due for a refresh.
Yes.
If you are tired of something,
Means you're no longer interested in it,
Yeah.
or it's boring now.
Right.
It's like,
Ugh.
I see this every day.
I know, I
Yeah.
want something new, centered around something.
This means that it is the something is the focus.
Okay.
You start with something, and everything around it is planned from there.
Got it. All right. Let's go ahead and listen to our dialogue.
First off, I want to tell you that I can definitely work within the budget you gave me.
That's really good to hear. I mean, I've lived here for 10 years, and I think this place is due for a refresh.
I understand. What do you want the overall feeling to be?
I think I want it to be rustic and homey. I'm tired of all the glass and metal I have now.
Wonderful. I already have some ideas centered around the concept of togetherness.
That sounds great. All right, let's take a look at this dialogue. Austin says, first off, I want to tell you that I can definitely work within the budget you gave me. Okay, first off, meaning, okay, I have many things to talk about, but first thing,
Yes.
okay, so he can definitely work within the budget.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I only have, $100,000 or $50,000, for...
For an interior budget, that's huge.
No, it's not. Are you kidding?
Well, in Arkansas, you can buy a house with that.
That's true.
That's fair. 100,000 in LA, maybe you can.
That's nothing. You can't do anything
You
in
can
LA.
buy a plant with
my gosh.
$100,000.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Ah, totally. Okay, so then Austin is like, okay, so you have 100 Edok? Okay, then I can work with you. Okay. Madison says, that's really good to hear. I mean, I've lived here for 10 years, and I think this place is due for a refresh. Okay. Now, Madison says, that's really good to hear. Oh, I'm happy to hear that.
Yes.
I mean, and then he says, I mean, M-E-A-N.
Yes.
Which is our power pattern. Why does he say, I mean?
Okay, so here when Madison says, I mean, you can understand this as in Korean saying like, 제 말은. Like you're talking about what you intended to say, you're giving it in another way, right?
Okay.
That is not always how you see it, though. I mean, it's not used with a complete meaning in mind.
Okay.
So, Madison's saying that's good to hear. She's not actually repeating what she says.
Okay.
She's kind of just emphasizing a little bit of her frustration.
I mean, yeah.
So, you will hear native speakers say this, I mean, when they're often trying to talk about they're kind of frustrated.
Yeah.
I mean, why did he say that?
Yes.
I mean, what is up with that? Like, the I mean here can mean 내 말은 다시 말하면 that can be the meaning of it. But here, I kind of feel she's like, I've waited 10 years.
Yeah.
And that's more of the feeling she has with this, I mean.
Right. So it's like, that's really good to hear. I mean, I've lived here for 10 years. There's that sort of like exasperation.
Yeah, that frustration.
Frustration, yeah. I think this place is due for a refresh.
Yes.
Okay, so it's due for something.
To be due for means it is ready for, it is time.
It's time.
So this due is like saying due date.
Yeah.
This is the deadline
You're right.
for something to have happened.
Yeah.
And in this case, I feel like Americans, every 5, 7 years, they often redecorate their house.
It's interesting. I think it's a cultural thing. I think now in Korea it's catching on more, but that's only after maybe at least 10 years or more.
Yeah. Well, Koreans usually move every 2 years.
That's true.
If they don't like their house, they go to a new place.
That's true. A newer apartment.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're due for something, like we would say something like, "Oh, I'm due for a health checkup."
Yeah.
Or I'm due for cleaning, teeth cleaning, right? So it's time.
Yes.
Okay. What does Austin say?
I understand. What do you want the overall feeling to be?
What is this overall feeling?
This is kind of like the theme of the decorations that you're going to have.
It's like, it's kind of like saying, what kind of 분위기 do you want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the overall feel?
Yeah, what is the feel?
Do you want modern?
Yeah.
Do you want industrial?
Retro.
Do you want like a
romantic?
Some people do like spa or like
rustic.
My mom wants like country farmhouse.
Yeah.
My mom's generation. She's in her 60s now.
Yeah.
She's from the South. She just looks like she lives in a barn.
Oh, yeah.
With the horses and the cows.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's the overall feel of her house.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. So Madison says, I think I want it to be rustic and homey.
Yeah.
I'm tired of all the glass and metal I have now. And, people can probably, as they're listening to this dialogue, maybe you're feeling the same thing.
Yeah.
All right. And I just used the word rustic.
Yes.
rustic. And then homey comes from the word home.
Yes.
Okay. So what is this rustic feeling?
So I think it might help if you think of the short rust that is inside of this word, R-U-S-T. Rust is, of course, when metal, iron turns red, right?
Right.
So we're not actually talking about things getting old and brittle, but we are talking about older, simpler, less
more
natural looking. You're not looking for like luxury. You're looking for like out in the farm.
Yeah.
Like the house that's like 200 years old.
Right.
And, it has some paint that's chipping off.
Right.
But it's cute.
Yeah.
Or it's very comfortable.
Cozy.
Cozy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the word rustic. And homey means the same thing. Cozy, comfortable.
Comfortable, yeah.
And if you're tired of all the glass and metal,
You've seen too much of it.
Yeah.
It's boring.
I know.
Or maybe it's even causing you stress.
Yeah.
Because glass and metal is very cold.
Or very hot.
Yeah.
In the summer.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, like the feeling. The design feeling is like straight lines and shiny.
Right.
That's all very like cold feeling.
That's right.
And maybe they want like a warm, softer feeling in their home.
So what does Austin say?
Wonderful. I already have some ideas centered around the concept of togetherness.
Okay. So the idea is the key here.
Yes.
It's centered around togetherness.
Yes.
So what is centered around?
Centered around means this is the main topic, the main idea, or the main point that everything comes from. So it's kind of like the foundation.
Okay.
So the theme Austin is using is togetherness, where people are gathering together. And so that is what he is going to design the house around.
Okay, so the theme is togetherness.
Yes.
Family together.
Ah.
All right, let's go ahead and listen to that one more time.
First off, I want to tell you that I can definitely work within the budget you gave me.
That's really good to hear. I mean, I've lived here for 10 years, and I think this place is due for a refresh.
I understand. What do you want the overall feeling to be?
I think I want it to be rustic and homey. I'm tired of all the glass and metal I have now.
Wonderful. I already have some ideas centered around the concept of togetherness.
That sounds great. Here we go. It's time for Power Note. If something is due for something, it means that the time has come for something to happen.
Yes.
It is time to do that thing. The car is making funny sounds. You should take it to a mechanic.
Yeah, I think it's due for a tune-up. Yeah, so this means it is time to get the car looked at.
Right.
This word tune-up is interesting. Tune.
It is.
It's from like a song, right? Like the tune, tune. So you can also get a tune-up on your piano.
Yes.
Which is where, a piano is a very complicated machine. So a tune-up is when the person comes and
tunes it.
Tunes the piano. Yeah, they get everything back in the sound correct, right? So you can also do that with a car or other machines.
Right. So it's due for a tune-up. I just noticed my paycheck was bigger. I was due for a raise.
Yeah.
Okay, it was time I got a raise, and I got a raise.
Yeah.
Good for you. So you could say, I'm due for a promotion, or I'm due for a raise, which means, you know what? I waited. It's time.
Yeah.
It's time for me to get more money.
Yeah.
Or a better position. Okay.
Or I'm going to leave.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You can use it very casually, like, oh, I'm due for, coloring, hair coloring. Like, I've got all the grays showing. Time to go to to my stylist.
Yes.
I'm due for a perm, or I'm due for a cut, whatever it is.
Yeah, these are all things that you usually get regularly done.
Yeah.
Once a year.
Yeah.
Maybe once every other year.
Or
once
every other, once a month or every couple of months.
Yeah. So you can also say like the water filter is due for a change.
Yes.
You have to change your water filter every once in a while.
Sure. That's right. And so if you have a water purifier system at home, they come every 6 months.
Yeah.
It's due for a change, the filters. You got to get your teeth cleaned, like I mentioned. You got to go to the dentist.
I'm due for a dentist appointment.
I am overdue.
It's been 3 years. I haven't gone.
They say you should get it every 6 months to a year, and I haven't been either.
I know. I feel like I'm growing.
It's terrible.
I feel like I'm growing hair on my teeth. It's just been too long. I'm due for a cleaning.
We are both due for a cleaning.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. If you're tired of something, it means that, it's not exciting anymore. It's boring. I'm thinking about changing my major to psychology.
Really? Are you tired of your business courses already?
So you thought, okay, I'm going to major in business. And then you changed your mind.
Yes.
I think I'm changing to psychology. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's go shopping. I'm so tired of all my clothes.
Yes. So this is, you're bored with them.
Right.
Yeah. So here, make sure that you're using tired of, which means that you are sick of them, they're boring, you're ready for a change.
Right.
If you say, I'm tired from, it means that it's a real physical tired.
You're exhausted.
So I'm tired from working out.
Right.
Versus I'm tired of working out is different.
Right.
I'm tired of working out means working out's boring.
Right.
I want to play video games.
Right.
I'm tired from working out is I just spent 3 hours in the gym. I want to take a nap.
Yeah. And of course, you can add for emphasis, I'm sure you've heard of the expression sick and tired of something.
Sick and tired.
So that's much stronger. Like, I can't stand it anymore. I hate it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sick and tired of it.
I'm sick and tired of your talking.
You're nagging. You're complaining.
Your face.
Yeah. Your face.
My sister would say that. I'm sick and tired of your face, Cameron. Go to your room.
That is so funny.
Yes.
All right. Centered around something means focused on.
Yes.
Okay. What's the theme of your thesis?
It's centered around the economy of ancient Greece.
Ooh, that's pretty serious.
The main theme.
Most religions are centered around a holy figure.
Yeah, so there's like one major god in the religion.
Yeah.
And then everything is built outside of that.
Right. So it's kind of like the capital G, O-D, or just God or goddesses or anything like that.
Right. I mean, if you think like in a Christian context, it would be like God, Yahweh.
Yeah.
In Buddhist context, it would be the Buddha.
Yeah.
Right? Confucianism would be Confucius.
Right.
It's like the main thing, the person that it's centered around.
Right.
But there are also other things inside of that.
That's right.
Yeah. So this is just the main theme or the center focus.
Okay. Power pattern today is I mean.
Yes.
And in Korean it says 제 말은 무슨 말인가 하면
which is true.
Which is true, but
there is a case where you're like, I mean, it's used as more of a starting to complain.
Oh, okay.
A way to start a complaint.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really go out much, so this should be fun.
This more is not the second one we were talking about. This is more the original meaning.
All right.
I mean, you don't look like how I imagined a geologist would look.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of, I mean, if you say it in that voice, you get bonus points.
All right. We're going to get bonus points. Yeah, the way you say it is very important.
Yeah.
Our power vocab is the word rustic. This is a good word, which is really kind of like it has a country feel to it.
But in a good way.
In a good way.
It's not like 촌스럽다.
Yes.
It's like 소박한 or 투박한. Like,
yeah. And natural.
Natural.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do check out the definition on page 18. And don't forget about
오디오 어학당.
Have a great day.